Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. All right, so we're down to the last one here. Slide that baby on. We're going to run a thread down that. And that should give us what we want. Run it down till it jams. All right, take it back over, blow it off, and we're pretty well set up for the rest of the day. Tomorrow I'm going to come in and we're going to saw the this part of it in half so that this can clamp. And then we'll probably put it on the lathe first and trim out this stuff and then saw it in half. So that said, adios for the moment. Okay, it is the next day and we're ready to work on this sucker a little bit more. What we need to do is we need to take this out and take everything, including the mandrel, over to the lathe, set it up in the forge jog, get it concentric, and cut this outside surface down to what it needs to be. Then bring this back, put it back in the chuck, and saw the a slot in that. Now that's going to work out just fine, except how do you get it back in just the way you want it to come out? And the one way I'm going to do it is I'm going to mark my location on my jaws, and we will get some kind of scribe here. And I think probably the best thing to do is, I think we've got it right on where we want it to go, and then I'm just going to come in, maybe let's see if we can use something a little sharper. All right, we're going to use the flat of this oh no, we can't, because it needs to be at a pretty steep angle there. So let's keep digging. All right, well, we can't find anything, so we're going to just come in with the scribe. I've got a sharper scribe, though, that's for sure. Well, it turns out it's not sharper. So we're just going to come in and scratch a line there and there, and that'll give us that location. Now the other thing I want to do is let's take our, well, we can't, can we? Because we've got to put that in the lathe. I'm wondering, maybe we can take one of our scrap pieces, put it on, that'll do it, and then we'll set up a parallel to sit on the table itself. Now let's find a parallel. Is this going to be tall enough? It's not. I have a taller one. This one has yet to be machined, but it will hold the tolerance for the moment. I think it'll do just fine. Maybe we can bring it around this side. Let's back up so you can see more of it. There we go. All right. A V block, and we're going to need a bigger clamp, that's for sure. Something like that. Ah. Slide our clamp down. Now all we're really trying to do is get the indexing to sit in the same place. It looks like it kicked up just a little bit. That's nice. There it is. Leave that like it is. Now we'll pull out the put this back in. And we've got a couple of good scratch marks in there. Yep. And we've got our indexing here. So let's take this over to the lathe. We're going to trim this down and go from there. All right. Now, let's just try putting it in the 3-jaw and see what we end up with. Because the outside perimeter is not as critical as all of the other measurements, and if we're within 2 or 3, I think we can just live with it. Pretty good. Let's put a indicator on there. Well, only 20 or 30 off. Let's see if we can just kind of rotate it a bit and get it to come in closer. Well, actually, now that I think of it, we should have our indicator in here. So we're down to about 5 or 10 maybe. Now we're at 5. looks like we're not going to get too much closer than that. I think let's just put the 4-jaw in and call it a day. And our outside dimension is 2 inches and 3/60. We've got a ways to go. There's no doubt about that. Well, not too bad. We're at 425. So we got at least 30 thousandths. So 369 now, and so we want to go down 9 thousandths. And we're going to take it 2 jumps here. So we'll take it about 7. $64.5. I want to get this last cut nice and smooth. So we're doing a smooth cut and we're just taking a few thousandths at a time. Okay, we got a couple more to take, and I think I'll just do that with the file, and that'll give us a nice smooth surface. Looks a lot better, not the best surface in the world. How much room do I have here? Well, we're still a couple thou. That's better. Yeah, that looks good. Good looking surface. Let's kiss this edge. This one, when I get to it, maybe almost. Nice. Yeah, that looks great. No shadows behind these interruptions. Excellent. One thing I want to do, since we're here, is go ahead and kind of do a little sanding on that inner, let's see if we can do it with a file here. Yeah, that helped a little. Little sanding on this. Nice. Okay, that's one. There we go. You know what? I think I just want to come in and kiss this outside edge with some sandpaper too. It's got just a little bit of roughness on it. Oop. So let's put this back in place and re-index it. We'll just snug it down for right this second. Bring this back in. Rotate it around. Oh, we got to bring it out a bit. All right, let it go completely. Slide this all the way in, bring this back in. Take this off. And snug that up. And I think what we want to do is make sure that we're reasonably concentric on here. Oh, actually, no, we don't really need to be, because we're going to put a slot in that, and, you know, within a thou or two. Well, we can still test it out, though. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so we got them all cut. I'm going to put it on there, and we're just going to leave the bolt off for now because I need to figure out what my depth is. And I have this wonderful mandrel that a viewer sent me. He made it for me, and I can't remember his name, but you know, that's not saying much because I can't remember hardly anything. But nice setup, huh? Look at that. That's a beauty. Good tight fit. There we go. I guess I better go get myself a Allen wrench. Uses a 3/4 collet, which we will put in right now. Drop that baby up there as high as we can get it. There we go. Okay, and that's a bit of a reach, so we're going to take this back up a ways. And we'll be okay, back. So we got our saw blade and we set it right on top of that edge, or of that surface right there. And this is 2 inches 350. So what we want to do is we want to drop down 1 inch 175 because he wants it directly in the center. So 1 inch 175 plus 20 thousandths. So 1 inch 195. So we're going to go 100, 200, 300, 400, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. That's 1 inch. What was that? 1 inch what? 175. 195. Okay, and another 195. And that should take us halfway. There's where we want to be. Come out. We're going to cut from here. And I think we're ready to go. Let's put a bolt in there. That's probably a good idea. Actually, no. We need to figure out how deep we're going to go. We're just going to eyeball this in. We know that we just want to be out beyond that just a little bit. And we'll set our DRO, bring it back, put the bolt in. Tighten everybody up. And let's see what we can do about getting rolling here. Go the other way. Looks like that blade is going to miss this jaw just by, just by a hair. But I'm going to keep an eye on it anyhow, just in case. Oh, we're down to depth. So now I want to come this way just a little bit, making sure that we're okay. Yeah, it's gonna miss that jaw. All right, so now we're gonna go this way by let's slow it down. All right, let's look and see if I got deep enough. I did not. Missed by a little bit. Well, that's okay. We'll just go back through and recut. And I'm saying we're about 25 thousandths from being all the way through. So. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll just take it to about 40, just to make sure. All right, let's give that a try and see what we got. Yep. We cut all the way through on that one. Let's just take it all the way out. Slide it off. So instead of expanding when it broke, it contracted. Not a big problem. Need something a little bit longer. Yeah, it contracted big time. All right, I think we can get it now. Excellent. Perfect cut right down the center. And that little fuck up, I mean, there's just a little bit of a hint right there. But if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't see it. Now we just got to go in, we got to clean up some lines, get some sharp edges mellowed out a bit, and we're going to go in the jewelry section of my shop to do all of that. Oh, well, we got to do 7 more, but we won't film that, and we'll be back. And if you haven't seen the jewelry section of my shop, here it is in living color. I built this arch, probably 7-8 years ago, and the bench with it. And when I feel like it, you know, I made jewelry for 35 years for a profession. And these days when I feel like it, I make jewelry. And, you know, it happens once in a while. So we're going to kind of go in right here and come in closer. And I'll show you where I'm going to go with this part. All right. So my little jeweler's Fordham here and a stone. It actually is leaving more of a rough edge than I want. So I've got another thing we can do here. I may have a finer stone, but I also have Cratex, and that stuff works pretty well. It's a kind of a rubber or grit embedded rubber. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, much better. Actually, we want to chamfer these holes a little bit, and I think I have a pretty good size chamfering system here. That's not it. I don't see it. We're going to have to go out and bring one in. But we'll do all of the other stuff first. Like this little hole down here. Yeah, that smoothed that off. Everything else looks good. We've got this bit of a rough edge right here. I think we'll just come in with the flat file here. Now we've got the insides of these holes that are a bit odd. I think just a little bit of Cratex will take care of it. Looks like nice. Yeah, took it right out. One more. Nice. I'm going to go out and just hit this with the chamfering tool or beveling tool, and I'll be right back. All right, we just threw a fast little chamfer on those holes. Clean it up a bit. Get all the dust and grime out of there. Clean up the surface. And there's our finished product. Oops. Let's take some kind of little tool here. Go in and there we go. So we got 6 more of these. Let's come in and throw a little sandpaper on that to get rid of those scratches there. They're just real small surface scratches. Same with right there. The main thing is there's no sharp edges anybody can get cut on. Whoops, I'm feeling a sharp edge. That's better. That's better. That's good. No sharp edges. A little bit right there. And it is a done deal. Well, okay, 6 more finishing, but we won't bore you with the details. And let's back up here a little bit. I'd say this is a good place to end it, to call it a day. We've got this little project out the window. I have no idea where it goes, except I do know now, after talking to the guy, that it goes deep inside of some kind of machine. And what happened was the old ones stripped out the bolt that clamps the steel. Now, you know, if you look at it carefully, you can see why it stripped out the bolt. They're trying to clamp a, what is that, about a 3/4 inch piece of steel with a 5/16 bolt. Ain't gonna happen. But that's how they want to play it. That's how they want to play it. So that was a good project. It took me right to the edge of my abilities and then some. Hey, keep watching. We've got some more coming down the pike. This is Nick Collier checking out.